Hey guys, it's Crazy Coupons. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Dollar General closing. So before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's right down below this video, and it is absolutely free. And if you like these videos and you want to see more, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and leaving a comment down in the comment section below. All right, now let's go ahead and jump right in. So what's going on? Well, Dollar General is going to be closing 141 stores. That's going to include 96 Dollar General stores, 45 Pop Shelf stores, and also 6 Pop Shelf stores will be converting into Dollar General stores. Now, when I first heard about this, I was a little bit shocked, as I'm sure some of you were as well. But y'all know I am a big DG nerd. I always try to keep up with what's going on at Dollar General and what kind of decisions they are making up top. So I knew that they were going to be making some big changes in 2025 because they did release a lot of information at the end of 2024. So we're going to talk about everything in today's video, what's going on, what we need to be expecting, and what you need to be on the lookout for. So the decision to close some of the DG stores was actually revealed whenever DG released their fourth quarter and fiscal year reports for 2024. This might surprise some of you, but I kind of knew with the leadership changes that were happening up top, and also they kept talking about a store portfolio optimization review. I knew that in 2025 we would probably see some pretty big changes. Now, some people are afraid that this is just the first step in even more closures that we're going to see from Dollar General, just like we've seen with other retail stores like Big Lots and Walgreens. I mean, let's be honest, Dollar General isn't exactly known for their exceptionally clean and tidy stores. Customer service is pretty iffy at DG, and even when they introduced self-checkouts and pickup orders, both of those ended in a huge flop. And really, the cherry on top is that they are constantly in the news for overcharging customers. That's why I always say, use your DG app and scan to price check. But regardless of all the problems Dollar General faces, we still love DG. We don't want to see it go anywhere. So, the good news is they are not going anywhere. They will not be closing all of their stores like we saw with Big Lots last year. In fact, they're only trying to make some improvements. So, at the end of 2024, DG began a store portfolio optimization review. Per the DG website, this was basically an evaluation of individual store performance, expected performance for that store, and operating conditions, among other factors. So, after this review, that's when they decided on the store closures. The CEO Todd Basso said while the number of closings represents less than 1% of our overall store base, we believe this decision better positions us to serve our customers and communities. And in fact, looking ahead to 2025, Dollar General actually plans on 4,885 total real estate projects. This is going to include approximately 575 new store locations in the US and up to 15 new store locations in Mexico. They plan on completely remodeling 2,000 store locations and partially remodeling 2,250 store locations through Project Elevate. So, remodel season is definitely here, but this year's remodels are nothing like last year's remodels. They're making a lot of changes, and we're going to be talking about that in an upcoming video. But now that we've talked about what to expect in 2025, let's talk about these store closures and what you need to know. So at first, while it would be really nice, unfortunately, Dollar General has not put out a list of locations that will be closing yet. If they decide to do that, I will leave that linked for you in the pinned comment down below. But for now, if you want to find one of the stores that are closing, they're not going to make it easy on you. So I would definitely check with your local news stations, the newspaper, and of course, the best way and probably the easiest way is to just visit your local Dollar General and Pop Shelf stores and see what's going on. I can tell you that from my research, I feel like Dollar General will be closing down a lot of the stores that are in the older strip mall locations or older shopping centers. I would imagine for Dollar General, it's just going to be easier to build a new store at a new location on property that they own versus remodeling a really old store that they're still going to have to pay rent on. So those types of locations might be a good place to start if you have a lot of Dollar General stores in your area. Unfortunately, we can't just search on the DG app for price changes like we do with remodels, at least for right now. That could definitely change as we get closer to those closing dates. In fact, right now, if you find a location that's for sure closing, they have all of the signs up, they're trying to get rid of everything. If you scan an item in store, it's going to be different at the register. But we're going to talk more about prices in just a minute. Let's talk about the closing dates. Now, each store is different. They can definitely schedule these stores to close on different dates. I would definitely ask the employees if they know when the store is expected to close. But so far, what I'm hearing is that most of these stores are expected to close by May. Does that mean at the beginning of May or the end of May? I have no idea, but like I said, different locations could close at different times. Either way, if you can find one of these store locations, you can look forward to discounts on literally everything in the store because they have signs up saying everything must go. And I'm sure, just like we saw with stores like Big Lots, the closer we get to that closing date, the bigger the discounts will be and the more items will be discounted. Keep in mind, we're only a week or two into this process, so we still have quite a ways to go. So I'm going to share with you the discounts that we've found so far. I did have some awesome help from some amazing Craz-E couponers. But while we take a look at these discounts, I want you guys to keep in mind that depending on the location, how much inventory they have, what the manager wants to do, clearance can always vary from store to store. But this will kind of give you an idea of what these store closures look like. Now, obviously, you guys have been seeing some in-store pictures of a store that's closing, but I also wanted to put together some quick notes for you. So here we have our Easter seasonal category at 70% off. The candy is still sitting at 25% off. Lawn and garden is currently sitting at 50% off, and this will include the grills, hoses, charcoal, and coolers. So sometimes those items are excluded from our regular clearance markdowns. But if the store is closing, they're trying to get rid of everything. Swim and summer items, 50% off. That will include the pools, bubbles, and chalk. Next, we have our stationery aisle, pretty much the entire aisle, 50% off. We also have all of the toys and Legos, 50% off. We also have all of our bedding items, including blankets, throws, and pillows, 50% off. And we also found that we pretty much have the entire NCI section sitting at 50% off. So that does include things like lamps, clocks, shelves, and don't forget, right now we do have that sales event going on that's going to run through April the 3rd, where those items are 50% off. So let's say you find a lamp for $5 at 50% off, it's $2.50. Then you're getting an additional 50% off at the register, making it $1.25. Not a bad deal at all. Now, up next, we're going to go through some 25% off categories. So we have housewares, personal care items. This doesn't surprise me because these are items that people need every day, so I'm sure they're going to hold off on marking these down even more. Next up, we have housewares. This includes laundry baskets, hangers, organizers, totes and storage items, pet food and supplies, the entire baby section, and the clearance section. All of those are currently sitting at 25% off. All right, now that we have an idea of what we're looking at, let's talk about prices. So when you go into the store and you scan an item, it is still scanning at regular price. However, don't worry about it because once you get up to the register, these items are ringing up correctly. However, nothing is 100%. So I do recommend that you either make a mental note or jot down what the prices should be on the items that you plan on purchasing before you go up to the register. That way, if they do have to manually adjust something, things will just go a little bit smoother for you. Now, another question I know people are curious about, will these items penny out? Obviously, this is all new to everyone, and I was actually shocked that they were putting up signs that everything must go versus just packing everything up and sending it back to the warehouse. So we will have to wait and see on that. If you do have a store closing near you and you want to keep an eye on it, I would definitely check for any changes on Sundays and Mondays. We have an awesome Craz-E couponing community here on this YouTube channel. We help each other out. So if you guys have anything that you want to add, anything that you're seeing out there, anything that you've noticed, questions, anything at all, please feel free to leave everything down in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for me for now. I will leave any additional notes for you in the pinned comment down below. Y'all know the drill. Stick around and stay tuned because I'll have more crazy deals coming at you all very, very soon.